Hello again, Aries. So before we begin your reading, I have two cards, one from Lay Vampire and one from Chakra Wisdom. And I really like what you pulled here. This is different and it so reminds me of Aries. So anti-hero from Lay Vampire is Maverick, Risk Taker, and Rule Breaker, which is perfect. It's perfect for Aries. So this card actually speaks about how you are showing the rest of the world that a hero is not going to fit into a cultural stereotype. And you are truly needed here. You are here for a purpose. And then with Impasse from Chakra Wisdom, it's perfect because, of course, you're not going to take the same familiar path. You're going to take a different path as the anti-hero. I love it. I love it. So Impasse is saying that this is not an ending. This is a reroute. The universe is not telling you no. It's just saying that you need to take a different path. That your goal is still in sight, but the way that you're going may be blocked for a reason. And I think with anti-hero, when it speaks about how the world views what a hero should be and what they should look like and everything else, that you're saying, no, it's not what the masses think. And here you are presenting something very different to the world, and you are very much needed here. Okay, Aries. Here's the energy coming through. Very nice, very nice. And I see this quite often for your readings, and I really like that. The Six of Pentacles is all about being open to giving and receiving. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to mean monetary wealth. This could be sharing information, sharing a shoulder to cry on, but being open to that feeling of giving and receiving. And what I love about the Six of Pentacles is that it reminds us that by giving, we are receiving as well. And in the past, look at that. So I feel like, already right off the bat with the Pentacles showing up like that this may have to do with a work situation. So the Three of Pentacles, this is just the beginning. And here it's like you're starting something new and you're being recognized for it. And people are seeking you out for what you do. And it's like there's this openness to learning something new here. But it's like it's creating wealth. So that's good to see that three coming through. And it also means that you're doing the right thing. And in the present, yes, that would be Aries for sure, for sure. The Queen of Wands. I really like her because of the description behind her when she is in the positive light. So the Queen of Wands, this is about stepping into your own power. This is somebody who is very dynamic and knows how to take control of a situation. So the difference between her and the king, where people will follow the king, the queen organizes these people. And she'll say, here, you do this, and you do this. She's like the perfect manager. And again, she represents a fire sign. So I truly believe that this is definitely that feeling of Aries coming through. I love it, especially with anti-hero. You're stepping into your own power, but you're also showing people that, anybody can be a hero. It doesn't matter who they are, what they look like, or what they do. What you're doing here in this card is very important, and you are very much needed. I love it. I love seeing it. Future conditions. Look at that shit. The Ten of Pentacles. It's like, here's the start, right? And you're being recognized and you're taking control of it. There's this feeling of openness. And here you are with this abundance coming through. And look at the Pentacles. Yes, that's very nice. So the Ten of Pentacles is absolute financial security. And it is the end of the journey in the Pentacles. So in this 10, you're looking to the future to see what you can do now with what you have. It's like when you look at the image, it reminds you of like passing on an inheritance to the younger generation, saying, here, what can you do with this, right? So you're looking ahead now to see what else you can do. And whatever it is that you're doing is bringing in some decent money. And I feel like this is work involved. I think maybe some of you might be in like a manager position for sure, especially with that queen sitting there. It's perfect. Oh, your best path to follow. So now, and looking at this, I have to wonder, now usually when you see a court card in the best path to follow, the first thing I think of is the advice behind the card. So we'll start with that. The King of Cups. The King of Cups is somebody who is very emotionally wise. He's wise with his emotions. He's very open, very supportive, which, underneath that 6, yes. And very loving. And, this is telling you as your best path to follow to be wise with your emotions, to be in control of your emotions, but also to be open to being supportive to others and to yourself. But now, again, when you see a king and a queen in a reading, this could suggest a relationship. And when you look at these two surrounded by these pentacles, it's like, to me, it's like a working partnership where something's being created here that's bringing in some really decent money. And this could represent a water sign. But again, with him being in your best path to follow, this is about being wise with your emotions. But, I can't help it. I feel like there's a person around you that may be helping you with a work situation. Something new that's being started here. And it's like you're open to working with this person. Oh yeah. That's perfect. In your environment, the Magician. That's perfect. It's perfect. I love it. So when you look at the Magician, I think the biggest thing here to remember is that everything that we create starts with a thought. And that is what the Magician represents, pulling from the divine source and bringing it down to earth. It's that thought and bringing it down and creating something from that thought. And I love seeing it because it's so powerful. It's so powerful when we remember that, everything comes together through that thought. We create our lives through our thoughts. Thoughts can be measured, and seeing the Magician, yes. Whatever it is that you two are working on here, because again, I can't help but feel like this is somebody involved here with whatever is going on in your work situation. Whatever you guys are creating here is bringing in some financial gain big time. And it's perfect. It's perfect to see, and I feel like, when you look at the Queen of Wands and you look at Anti-Hero and you look at Impasse, right? Just looking at the three of them, it's like being this dynamic, beautiful person who is breaking the rules, doing things differently, and taking a less known path and creating something of value, not just to yourself, but to others that are around you as well. I love it. Aries is the one sign where if you have a group of people standing around there like, I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. Aries, not even knowing what's going on, will step in front of the group and say, I'll do it. And it's perfect. I love how this is tying together. But again, I can't help but feel like this is somebody that you're working with. Your hopes and your fears. Oh, shit. The Hermit. That's wonderful to see. So I would see this as a hope. I don't see this as a fear. So the Hermit. Now, the contrast here is, the Hermit is about going it alone. Right? And I don't feel like, with what you have working here is something that you're doing alone. I think that you have some kind of support going on, some kind of support system. The Hermit. The Hermit is all about stepping away from the world for a while and taking that journey that is going to feed your mind and your soul. This is about looking for the answers within and reaching enlightenment. But, again, with the Hermit, it's like doing this alone. And, it's like whatever goal you're going after here, you're definitely taking a different path. And I still feel like there's support from another person. But I would hope that with the Hermit is you seeking that enlightenment that's going to give you the answers you need to continue this creation that you have going on here. But as a fear, it would be, fearing about being alone. Because whatever you're doing is big. And I feel like it definitely it's a situation where you need help. It's like needing somebody to kind of help you out with all this stuff, especially if you're in a management position. Of course, you're going to be managing other people to help you work out all these things that you're doing here. But, it would make sense that he's in the hopes and the fears. But I feel like whatever answers you're searching for here, you will find. You will find. And the outcome, look at that shit. Wow, Aries, you're really knocking it out today. The world. Wow. Okay, so when you look at the journey of life through tarot, and you're looking at the majors, when you go from judgment to the world into the full, that whole sequence speaks about reincarnation. But in the world, you are enjoying your success. You are enjoying the things that you've created in your life. You guys are doing something really big here. And I get that right off the bat just with Anti-Hero being there, because again, that card is speaking about no matter how small you think it is, what you're doing, it's big. It's much bigger than you think. And it's very much needed. You are put here for a reason. And what you're doing is so important. Even though for you it may seem like on a smaller scale, it's much bigger than what you think. And again, you guys are the leaders. And here you are stepping into your own power, showing people that, hey, the hero doesn't have to fit into your stereotype. And you're taking a different path. And looking at these two, I wonder with the Hermit and Impasse, when you look at the two, it's like needing to take that journey to find the answers that are going to put you on the right path to achieving what it is that you're going after here. But whatever it is, you definitely find the answers, because look at where you end up, enjoying that abundance and your success. And you're ready to go again, which is constant for Aries. And again, I always say this every time we get into Aries readings, you're so important. You remind the rest of us to really live in the moment and to enjoy life and experience and to keep going. And that's what the world is all about, getting ready to go again. But, again, you're enjoying the abundance of what you're creating here. And what you're doing is a lot bigger than what you think. And again, you're stepping into your own power. You're taking control of the situation. And I feel like you still have some help here. And there's this openness, which is beautiful to see. And looking at these three, wow. Yes, I love this reading. I love where this is going. I feel like you guys may be in a new work situation here. But, looking at it, to me, especially with Anti-Hero and then the support that you have, this may be something that you're doing on your own. Like, I don't see you, especially when you look at the Queen of Wands being like the manager. I don't see you being under the thumb of anybody else right now. I feel like this is your new venture that you're doing, and what you're creating is going to bring absolute success into your life. I really like the way this reading is going. This is so beautiful, and I love this being the opener for me for this week. Aries, the readings for you guys never cease to amaze me, because there's this constant change, this constant movement going on in your lives, and it's always something new. And I feel like here, for some of you, there's going to be some support coming through. And I know the king being in your best path to follow is saying that you need to be wise emotionally, but I cannot help but looking at him with the Six of Pentacles going, yeah, there may be somebody with some emotional backing coming in, and I feel like they're lending you some support in what you're doing here, because what you're doing here is big. It's big, it's no joke, and again, with anti-hero, even though you think it may be small, it's a lot bigger than what you think, and what you're doing is helping a lot of people. And I love seeing this for Aries. I think it's perfect. And then when you look at it with impasse, yeah, you're taking a different path. And you're showing the world that things can be done differently. And again, you're being recognized for what you're doing. And it's going to create this amazing success in your life and this financial abundance. I love it. I love seeing it. And I really feel like with the Hermit being in your hopes and your fears, it would mean that you would fear having to go it alone. But also, you know, this is about seeking that enlightenment. And when you look at it with impasse, yeah, I feel like there's a need to find the answers that are going to lead you down the right path. Because again, with impasse, the universe isn't saying no. It's just that the path that you're on is blocked for a reason. It's saying that the goal is still there, but there needs to be a different path taken to get to it. And, you know, I feel like that's where you're headed. For sure, with the Magician showing up and then anti-hero on top of it. I love it. I love this reading. I feel like where you guys are headed is going to bring so much success into your life. It's new and it's in the beginning stages, and you're really stepping into your own power here with this Queen, for sure, for sure. And I love this for Aries because, again, you know how to get control of your situation. But here you're managing people. And it's new. It's new. It's just starting. But where you come out in your future conditions and your outcome is perfect. You are going to have success and abundance in your life.